So let's just jump into it. And right off the bat, I mean, what else are we going to start on? The Davante Adams trade, what already pretty much feels like a week ago, if not a month ago, happened since our last show last Wednesday. The Packers obviously put the tag on Davante Adams and subsequently traded him to Las Vegas Raiders for the first round pick this year and another second round pick this year, which are number 22 and number 53. As part of that deal, Davante signed a 5-year, $140 million deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. His cap hits are $8 million, 30, 21, and then the last 2 years, both 40 million cap hits. Obviously, last year he will be 36 at that time of the contract. So, Luke, give me your initial thoughts, your initial shock value of this trade. Has time made it any better for you?
Well, I'll say right off the bat that I think you and Zach both know that I'm a big Davante Adams fan. At one point, I was shotgunning beers for every touchdown he scored. I'm unable to do that anymore, so it does upset me a little bit. But in my mind, Davante Adams is probably the best receiver in Packer history, or Don Hudson, whatever. But to trade him in his prime with, him and Rodgers having like one of the best chemistries in NFL history, like if Davante's one-on-one, he's getting the ball, he's scoring a touchdown. It's just strange. It almost feels like that's a guy that you keep on the team. You give anything you can to keep on the team. Because I don't think a lot of teams win when they trade away, Hall of Famers in their prime.
Yeah, and the thing for me too, at first I was like, it's an okay deal, whatever. But as time goes on, and I'm sure a lot of Packer fans on Twitter are feeling a different way already, which is interesting to me. But the Packers have said they're going all in for 2 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And last year that all in was just bringing everybody back, and say what you will about that, but that's a strategy, I guess. Goot says we're going all in, and he trades Devontae.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly we're not going all in. So my question is, you know, you can't have it both ways. You can't have one foot in the door, one foot out. This is a move that seems like a next 10 years move. So I would ask him, are we going all in or not? Because if we're really going all in, why is he gone? And if we're not, why didn't we trade Aaron Rodgers for the haul?
Well, Trevor. On top of that, too, going all the way back to the when they lost to San Francisco in the NFC Championship, and drafted Jordan Love after. Had the Packers gotten any better since that game?
No,
Which is
no.
wild. You're right. That said, wondering if he's going 10 years in the future, but trying to keep something alive here. It's either one way or the other. That's how NFL works. That's how all sports work to build a team to sustain success. You can't play in that middle. Then you end up like the Memphis Grizzlies, their whole franchise existence.
Yeah, and obviously hindsight is 2020, but you look back at that draft when we reached heavily on Jordan Love, even traded up for him. T. Higgins, Chase Claypool, and Michael Pittman Jr. Just three names just taken in the second round. That's not including the whole draft. So you got to wonder about that. But one of the things that I really wanted to touch on for this contract, and it's something that's getting misconstrued a lot, and it's really frustrating. Total money and guaranteed money are two different things. And I think people need to understand that. And Zach, hopefully I make you proud by saying this because I know it's a big point of contention for you. When his agents and when everybody says that the Raiders made the same contract, first of all, we've seen this plenty of times. We've seen it with the Brian Flores firing, all this stuff coming out late for crowd control. The other thing is, if the total money might be the same, but if the guaranteed money isn't the same, it doesn't mean a dang thing, right? We can offer Davante Adams $40 million a year, but if there isn't any guaranteed money on it, it doesn't mean anything. So just because some people who have been wrong on pretty much 11 out of 12 things going back to that NFC Championship game are saying that it was the same contract and echoing the same opinion, it's not. We hate to be the one to break it to you here, but if you doubt us, let us just ask you a question in response. When was the last time we were wrong? Luke, you have anything to add to that? Oh, Luke, it seems you are muted.
It's tough. We've been talking all year that the Packers media. Well, obviously we're probably biased. We see more Packer media. I'm sure every team sees their own media as much as we see Packer media, but that nobody has any idea what's going on. People are just trying to get the first scoop and not getting stuff right. And this is just another situation where you have people who think that they know about football, all of football, in one of the biggest spots that you need to know all about football, which is a shame, but it is tough. I mean, we've even seen guys, Adam Schefter, breaking stuff that wasn't true. Ian Rappaport. It's just wild that all this goes on just to be the first one to get a scoop out there.
For sure. And, another message that I want to get out there, don't listen to people who can't even do the basic research needed to spell a name correctly from their own team in a tweet. I, you know what? I'm not going to name names. You know who it is. Rasul Douglas was spelled incorrectly. Tyreek Hill was spelled incorrectly. I know it's a Packers reporter, but it's a guy named Tyreek Hill. You should be getting that right. Um, and it's just, it's frustrating. Everybody's buying it, you know, from these guys like Tom Silverstein, who just tweeted fake info from a fake account 2 days ago.
Hmm.
I don't understand why he's still the sources. And the other thing I want to touch on with this trade, and I'm sure you feel the same way, a lot of people are saying, oh, Davante trade got us Jaron Reed,
Hmm.
Tunyon, and Rasul, who
Right.
we'll get into later. The cap is easy to manipulate, and we've seen Goot do it. We talked about it with Rodgers' contract last week. We've talked about it with some great contracts he's put out because that's one of the things he's very good at. If Goot really wanted to make it happen, he could have got Reed, Tunyon, and Rasul and Davante Adams. It might seem like it's not possible, but it definitely was. Do you agree with that sentiment? Does that also kind of annoy you, that kind of trade talk, what we got for Davante, quote unquote?
Yeah. I mean, you hit it on the head there again. You're right. You are right that Gutekunst has done well with contracts and moving money around, getting guys signed. Like the first time we signed Davante Adams was right before the receiver market went up. I think we got Davante like 7 mil, and then it jumped up to like 15 or something like that. Yeah, you're right about that. And yeah, like moving all the money. Yeah, I'm sorry. It all made sense to me. I was trying to process in my head as you were talking, and it came to a conclusion at the end there.